and my partner and our 2 children are planning on starting a YouTube channel. We've recently been able to get a allotment where we live. Well, it's a half plot, so it's half the size of a full allotment. It's the way that the place where we live start awarding allotments. They're awarding half plots to new tenants. But our long-term goal is eventually to have a small holding in the next 3 to 5 years where we can grow our own crops and raise some animals, and we're hoping to follow that through all the way with this YouTube channel. However, for now we're obviously starting just on the allotment itself. We're looking to grow a range of crops which will be displayed in the next video, where there will be a planting plan, appropriate planting plan location and the number of seeds we're hoping to grow and what we're growing and the varieties, etc. But we just wanted to take you through really the stages that we're going through in order to achieve our goal. So we've got a small garden currently where we live. It's not very big. It's approximately 3 meters wide by about 4.5–5 meters long, and it's got a decking and everything and a shed in the back, so that minimises our growing space. So quite a lot of our plants are currently in pots. So we have got a patio apple tree, a patio pear tree and a tayberry that grows along the fence. We've also got 2 gooseberries in pots that I was given by my parents, and we're hoping that we can plant them in the allotment. However, if they end up just being potted gooseberries in the garden, that might be the case. We've managed to dig out a small narrow bed on the right hand side of our allotment. Our garden gets quite a lot of sun. So in there we've currently got some onions that have overwintered or are overwintering, and some spring onions. The spring onions I'm not too hopeful for, but I just wanted to plant just in case we get anything, and the overwintering onions are obviously for an early crop, so they were autumn planted in the hope of getting them early spring, which will be that by the time we're ready to plant other things in there, they should be coming out, which would be great news. We've also got a strawberry which are grown in a pallet, so they're grown inside a compost bag with the holes so they stick through the pallet side. It's a really effective way of doing quite a narrow, taking up minimal use, and I will show you that at some point, just for ideas. However, obviously, as well as showing that, we'll be tracking the way through the allotment. So the first video that we've done is a time-lapse video to start off with, which is we wanted to put a fence around our individual half plot. This is because we've got 2 young children. One's 1.5 years and can walk quite well, and the other one's 7 months and is just starting to show signs of wanting to crawl. We're obviously going to encourage them to come down as often as possible because it's a way of them getting outside and enjoying getting dirty, etc. And we want them to sort of see the process of it. They will dig and they will pick up plants and everything like that, and we're well aware of that, but that's not so much of an issue for us. If they pick up a plant or 2, we'll plant it back, or if we lose crop, we're hoping to plant enough that we will be able to counter that. So the first video you will see is a time-lapse of us putting up this fence. It's a fence that we've put up with a string line that goes all the way across to a post, and then all the way across in the widthwise to another post where it's then tied. And it's got hexagonal chicken wire that runs through the top, or the string runs through the top line of the hexagonal wire. This was then staked in several places in order to incorporate, but that is later explained in the video, so I'm sure you'll see. There is then a second part which is after the time lapse, which is going to show the plot as a brief summary. So it will show like locations of key things that for the next video, which will be the planting plan and seeds, which I will be hoping to get up sometime in the week or next weekend. That will be just giving you a rough idea of where the compost heap is, in order for you to then configure around the plan. The plot is approximately 4 meters wide by 7 or 8 meters long, so it's not a massive plot, but obviously it is a half plot. So in the long, or in the short medium term, we're hoping that we'll be given the full plot if no one else takes control of it, but obviously we've got to wait to see about that. So yeah, here we are. Here's the inserted now will be the 2 videos that were taken on earlier in the week. We have done some previous work on the plot just to sort of clear the rough areas, so you'll see the compost bowl has already got some stuff in that. That's just from where we done a brief clearance when we first got given the plot, just so we can have a rough idea of size and what we had in it, etc., and what was growing there before. But yeah, thank you very much, and hopefully you enjoy. As you can now see, the fence is up around the outside. We pretty much wanted to put this up for, well, this little one here. We're going to let her roam around in the allotment plot as much as she wants, but obviously she can't go on to neighbouring plots. So by putting this fence around, we're going to secure it a bit better with some more staking, and we're going to put a gate in it, probably down that long side somewhere, because our main gate for our plot is that one at the back corner. We're probably going to fork over a bit, just try and get some of these weeds out. I mean, as you can see, still quite a bit of weeds even though we've done a clear. I mean, there's our compost heap from all the stuff we've cleared already. But yeah, it's a nice plot. It's a decent size, as you can see. It's got pretty decent length. I mean, we go all the way up to where that plastic is I've laid down. There's a rhubarb just there. And then we've got another shrubby thing in this corner. Our compost heap is obviously going to be on this corner, so when you see the plan, which is a video that's going to come up, you'll be able to see what it looks like. But I mean, for now, yeah, we're very happy with it. We've had a couple of beetroot that we found from it before, some carrots as well that the old people left. There's some potatoes, so it's annoying because we're going to have to dig all of those out. And thankfully we're not planting the potatoes down the end that we found them, which is brilliant news, because that would be a real problem, as you're probably well aware. I think what we'll do now is, because we've done that time-lapse of the fence going up, we're just going to get on with some work, and the next time we're down we'll show you what the progress was. Thanks for joining us, and yeah, see you next time.